What would be found inside after the divan and the kupul? Then there's a connecting corridor, as you were told.
We are coming into one spiral who go round, round, round and coming down to one round bottom. And they say that this spiral is from gold. On street, and inside is something called miniature, or it can actually be anything. Even your face can be in miniature, in gold.
Mm-hmm.
So if you today has the camera is also making one miniature. At that time you could make one miniature of one face in gold. And this miniature could be one statue or one statuette. And the statue in that case is one man with balklubba, and one statuette is the balance man. Probably the allfather of that period in one ringland can be one statuette. Maybe like one photo but from gold. And maybe the lensherre can be one statue to remember also the picture of him. Because all these statuettes are given in one A system. And in the case the A is this Aser, so it must be the guinea for the whole of Aser. Jehovah. And the nar is also one hovherre. And the sienar is also one hovfru. And actually in the carnival there are hovain, the hovfru hovain sab, and the hovherre hovain sperm. And when they have been hovain all these sour sperm, maybe they become some kind of idols who could be pictured in gold. But miniature can be also anything else. What we don't know, we only know that miniature is one picture which is smaller than it is in the reality. But also the camera is making miniature, maybe from one statuette or one statue. Notu means that I can tune my eye, I can tune my blick to this candlestick. I can tune my eye, I can tune my blick to this candlestick. That means that I tune, I look the details. That is one ring, and there is something between, something called usage crans, and I can see the use with the wick and the light from the wick. And I look one candle in my language. So ty means that you ty to something. And stadigare, stadigast, stadigare, stadigast. It's also one different stånd of the dick. It becomes stadig, stadigare, and stadigast. And the stånd is the most stadigast. But the stark stånd is also very stadig. In stadigare, stadigast. Now if you maybe my blick, my eyes is ty to your ty. And if you have a breather, maybe my eyes ty to your ty ett. Because probably he's doing one yard ett. This staty ett. So it looks like the breather could be one idol and be formed in one statue. You can see later on in the history that, example, the Greek was famous for their marble statue. And if you stand Michelangelo or David or some of these most famous of them, if you look them between their lower, their legs, you always wonder that why do they all have these small lungs?
Why?
Why do these statues in Greek always, this statue has these small lungs?
Yes, why do they?
No one of them has this big ballklubba who is attractive to the blick too. So it must be also there one tradition that only the fathers get statue in marble.
Mm-hmm.
But we have also statuette in marble.
Mm-hmm.
Because the statuette is the balansman, and statue, only statue, is the ballklubba. So some ballklubba may be and you ty, your blick, your eye. And it has that meant too that they could make one memory in gold for one man who was maybe the most attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Or one man who was father to thousands of children.
Yeah.
Now just these miniatures from statue and statuette was bringed up once a generation from all these ring ones, more than 2,000 in the paradise time. So in practice it arrived more than 2,000 object pictures in one generation. But I think today the camera take more than 2,000 pictures from one who has been having camera in many years, and in every holiday they take picture, and now after one generation you show the pictures taken from that person's life.
Yeah. So every generation, every 27 years, The 2,000 representatives of the
No.
ringlands.
They say about every 50 years. But to count this thing today can be difficult to say.
Mm.
Maybe we lived longer before. Maybe we could have father, grandfather, and grandfather's father. But in principle, once a generation, they are sending up to Ra, Se, Bu, RG, all these pictures. So it must be for the Ers and Mai who could study them in their home. Maybe these Ers had been baptizing these rabbis, who later on sent up their picture.
So there were 2,000 ringlands around during Paradise time.
Yeah,
More than
more than 2,000 rings.
each of these would have been a tribe doing its own breeding system.
That means that about 2,000 Ra bee had to be created for every generation.
Right.
But also the Ra bee's sister, she e nar, or the Rabi's brother, only nar, hov nar, and hov fru, and hov herre, for je hov aser.
Now I've heard you mention that this spiral staircase, or the street paved in gold, as you refer to it, the street, which I think where the term streets paved of gold comes from, goes down in a spiral, and there's a connection there to the clown's hat and the conduct that you talked about, this ball on top of a cone. Can you tell me more about that?
Mercury is more as we came to one kurir. Mercury is one kurir, one jätte. The jätte is bringing the sperm. But these pictures are bringed up by the rabbi by himself. The 7 hill in hell, and ended up in the castle of Rasebuarge. The rabbi could come into Odenma, and the nar, and the sienar. They could come in the ringland, and they could reach hell, and the 7 islands with the cliff hell. So the Nar are Aser. They are the daughters and sons of an Disa, whose father is Solbakken Balder. So only the Aser people could really reach hell. But they have Kyreslott with Kyreslotts herre and Kyreslotts fru from the people who come from the east. And if they come from the west, they come to one place called Radelma. And Radelma is one other castle, where also from the west was coming in people in one lemmeltåg, sort of offer for the coming child in the house born. And when they was coming from the west, we can use the sound ör. Or just recently in the last years has been taken separate from the ö sound, who means the öga, what means your eye is your öga, but also one island is one öga, one ring with 2 points on it up. So you look with your öga, but also one one island, and you can look with your eye. So it's something inside if you compare English language and road language in the point ö.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Island. Öga.
The other one is ö and ra. Ra, and you are listening with your ra and looking with your öga. Now we have between Denmark and Sweden, today there is one bridge called Öresund Bridge. It just is ö sound, because it's not Öresund Bridge, it's Öresund Bridge. And on one side of the Öresund Bridge is one place called Helsingör, and other side is the Helsingborg. Helsingborg, Helsingborg, and Helsingör. And even Shakespeare was interested in Helsingör because he took his Hamlet story from the Danish prince at Helsingör. And if you come from the river system of Middle Europe, you can come up to Hälsingland. And there's many small islands outside of Holland, but one is Hälsingland. And if these people come to Hälsingland, they could pass the Hälsingland and go to Helsingör, and taking the Öresund over to Helsingborg. And they could come to Örebro, and they could come down to one island called Stock Island. And stock means that you can have something also in stock, like the stock market.